Hello, this is old MrKent, and yesterday was when the first day of what you would call monsoon season finally got here. Generally gets you a little earlier in the summer, but anyway, this is the middle of August, and I think it arrived a little later than usual. But anyway, so it's here, and looks like we've got another several days of stormy weather, and then Hurricane Hillary is coming up. We're in Arizona, just in case you didn't know. Hurricane Hillary is supposed to come up and cause a little bit of trouble here. Anyway, when this rain lasted for an entire hour, and I got out with my phone at the beginning so I could make sure I got some shots. I should have used a regular camera because you get more frames per second, because I tried to get some lightning flashes, but I didn't. The phone doesn't, it's 1080 and 30 or something like that, so I couldn't put anything up because you couldn't find the flashes. So much for that. Anyway, so this is my son's place, and that tree, that straggly tree back there, when the rain finally quit, there were 14 huge hawks up in that tree. I don't know what they were there for, because you don't usually see them up there, maybe one or two, but not all 14 of them like we saw yesterday. So that was kind of interesting. Something I'd never seen before. Anyway, so it rained and rained and rained, and then when it rains like this, then we start to get some flooding in different areas around the neighborhood. And so this morning, I got up with my Air 2S and decided I'd take a look at our road, which normally doesn't have mud puddles in it. And in fact, that's the road I ride on in the morning when I take my e-bike rides. And then the wind, as you can see, the wind blew over a couple of the construction workers' toilets. And so I don't think that the water in that mud hole is really clean. Anyway, so this road that we live on always floods. You see that up at the top of the screen is higher level than right here. And so the water comes down, and then a bunch of it branches off and goes into our yard. And a bunch of the other runs on down here. But most of it's just puddles because the rain was so heavy for an hour. So anyway, we're going to take a flight up where I would normally ride my e-bike and take a look at some things that I want to check out. That corral was flooded. I don't know if you noticed that. And then straight down this road next to the canal, that's still our road, but it's not kept up by the county. And so there's lots of ups and downs that are filled with mud, mud puddles. And then what I wanted to do was go over here and check this construction site, because looks like their streets are flooded, but that's because there's no pavement to run it off. But the very first year when they scraped the area clean of all the sagebrush and everything, and they had that first monsoon rain, they didn't have that trench dug, and the water came down from all that flat land and flooded the yards of all those houses that we're looking at there. And I think they got some lawsuits. The contractor company got some lawsuits, but I'm not sure. But everybody was very unhappy with the whole situation. So we're going to turn around here, and then I wanted to look at another construction site. This is going the opposite direction. That went south. We're looking north here. And I rode my e-bike down this road that we're above this morning, and because I didn't want to ride in the muddy roads. So I came down here, and down here on the right, which in this construction area, this is the entrance to the housing development when it gets all done. And that entrance there was flooded. And you can see now they've got some kind of dirt thing. They're trying to get it out of, or trying to drain it. But anyway, this morning when I came by on my bike, that's what it looked like. It was pretty well flooded. And of course, as you might have noticed, there was a lot of other things that were flooded in this construction area. So anyway, the monsoon season has begun because we waited for months for some kind of rain, and all we had was temperatures above 100 degrees for weeks and weeks and weeks. So they set all kinds of records here in Arizona for heat. So it's been a warm, hot summer, and people, my son and his son got out in the rain yesterday and just got soaking wet because it felt so good. So we're coming back to where I took off from. That's my son's place there. And coming down to the end of this road. The problem is, when you get to the end of this road, as you'll see here, if you were driving a vehicle, you can't go to the right and you can't go to the left. So I guess it's time to stop talking. And thank you for watching my video. And God bless.